Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, mom, people know anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, mom, people know anything less is unacceptable.
Thank you guys. Good evening, and thank you so much for tuning into the Chelley Roy Show. I am your host, Chelley Roy, and we have an amazing show for you guys tonight. I pray that you guys are being safe and sanitized during this pandemic. I pray that you guys are having a great week so far. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who made your voices heard. Your voices matter. I know there were a lot of uncertain voters, and I also know that there were some first-time voters. So your voice mattered. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Before I get into the show, I want to thank some of my sponsors. The Chelley Roy Show is sponsored by Liquid Lipo, where you could lose up to 1 pound a day. We're also sponsored by Built on Survival Skills Apparel. I want to give a special thanks to my music producer for the intro song, The Chelley Roy Show, Mr. Ombre. Give it up for Mr. Ombre, you guys. I also want to give a special thanks to my executive producer, Delmis Luther, who works very hard for me, who makes sure that The Chelley Roy Show is what it is. I also want to give a special thanks to my amazing photographer, Mr. Stephen Tucker. I also want to give a special thanks to You Broadcast Media Network, my network family. So before we get started, we have an amazing show, you guys. And before I forget, I want to give you a little bit of a background about myself. I'm an author. I just recently produced a book. The book was inspired due to the untimely passing of my mom. The book is titled The Making of a Boss, which is here. It's available for purchase on ShelleyBossUp.com. It's very relatable. It's a good read. You guys will definitely find yourselves being in touch with myself and a lot of the other characters as well. So you guys make sure you pick up a copy of the book. And also, we have a packed show tonight, you guys. We have some amazing guests. We have Miss Micheline Bowman here with us tonight. And we also, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we also have Mr. Funny Man, comedian, Mr. Eddie Bryant himself. Give it up for Mr. Eddie Bryant, you guys. Thank you so much. So you guys stay tuned. We'll be back shortly after this quick break.
Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, mom, people know anything less is unacceptable. Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Off, like a walk-in entrepreneur. Anything less is unacceptable.
Thank you guys. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. My first guest is CEO and founder of Bowman Media Group, also Media Maven. She's also the brand ambassador of Everything's Prince George's County. Let's give it up for Miss Micheline Bowman, guys. Welcome. Welcome. How are you?
I'm great, and thank you so much for having me. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, it feels good to be on. It's different to be on this side. I'm used to being on the other side of the camera, but for you, I'm here. And
Thank you so much.
Have a great time this
I
evening.
appreciate your support. You're doing an
you.
amazing job. So before we get into it, how are you and your family doing during this pandemic? Are you guys being safe and sanitized?
Yes, everyone is doing. My immediate family, yes. I just lost an aunt today.
My
So
condolences
first
to
family
you
member,
guys.
and to COVID, which is like, wow, because
Oh, no.
you hear about other people, and, you know, I've had cousins, I've had distant cousins, all in the hospital, but this is the first cousin that has passed.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
I'm
But
so
she had
sorry to
she
hear
had a
that.
great life. She was 90-something,
Amen.
and her son got it, and it's like the whole family got it. But
And that's how it normally happens. It's amazing with this whole COVID thing. And I know we're going off topic, but it's amazing with the whole COVID thing, with them not really knowing, you know, how you can pass it to one person to another. I've heard of certain situations where you have spouses who live in the same home. One spouse has it, they
one
sleep
doesn't.
together, and the other spouse doesn't get it. So I just keep all of you guys prayed up, and I keep
Definitely.
you and your family prayed up as
you,
well.
ma'am.
So before we get into it, because I really want to talk more about the Power Hour and as
Right.
far as women empowerment, but before we get into that, for those who are here in the audience and the viewers, give us an idea of where you're from and where you grew up.
Oh, where am I from? Okay, so I was born in Baltimore, Maryland,
Oh,
but I was
okay.
raised in New York and New Jersey.
Okay.
So I say, you know, I'm a Maryland girl, but I'm a
Yes.
Jersey girl, Maryland woman.
I hear that.
I've been in Maryland since 1982.
Yeah.
And a quick story about my background is that I knew at the age of 12 where I wanted to go to college, and I knew what I wanted to do. And at the age of 15, my mom moved from Jersey to California, and I told her I couldn't go that far because I was going to Morgan
Yeah,
State. She was like,
yeah. Give it up for Morgan State, guys.
and she was like, what do you know about colleges? But literally, I wanted to go to Morgan State. That was like the meeting place when I came from New Jersey or New York to visit my dad. In Baltimore, I could go to Morgan and meet my cousin. And literally, I was riding around my bike around the campus, and a spirit said to me, you're going to this college one day.
Yeah.
And from
You
that
have to see
day,
yourself in
Morgan
it.
State was in my head. So my mom moved to California in 82. I moved to Baltimore in 82. You needed 2 years of in-state residency.
Wow.
So I got my 2 years. I paid for all 4 years by myself. And so when I graduated, the only piece of paper I got was from Morgan State. I didn't owe any papers. And so from that point,
That's
I
awesome.
set up a trail to tell people how you can go to college and get out without being in a lot of debt. Because nowadays, kids are in so much debt.
Talk about it. That is
I
so
gave
true.
myself a year to get into my field, which is journalism. So since 1989 to 2017, I worked at WTTG Fox 5 and 27 years, and now I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm just doing it.
That is awesome.
So
Shout
that's
out
the
to
long
all
story.
the entrepreneurs, you guys, for sure.
That's right.
Entrepreneurs. That's awesome. And that's basically what the Chelley Roy platform is, you guys. It's a platform where we inspire, motivate, and uplift those entrepreneurs as well as aspiring entrepreneurs. So when you're winning, there's no option to lose. So that's what this platform is about. So that's great
I'm still
stuff.
learning. I'm new with this entrepreneur thing, so I'm still learning. So I can still
learn as you
be
go.
taught. Yeah.
You learn as you go. You just have to connect yourself with like-minded people. There
That's
you go.
you.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. So talk to me a little bit about the Bowman Media Group.
Okay.
And what that's about.
So Bowman Media Group, my last name is Bowman, and in 2017, like I said, after 27 years, Fox decided that they wanted to eliminate my position. So literally, that day, I said, their elimination is God's elevation.
Amen.
There's nothing wrong with people working a 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever,
That's
but
true.
that's not everybody's path.
It's not.
And I knew that back then, I'm over 50. Well, I'm still over 50. But back then, it wasn't
You
like
don't look it.
it wasn't like somebody was checking for me, knowing that I'm closer to retirement age than someone coming out of college.
Right.
So I took a year off, and in 2018, I said, okay, what am I going to do? What am I skilled at? What have I done for them that I can do for myself?
That's
I'm like,
true.
Micheline, you've been doing and connecting and booking and this and hosting and talking all these years. Do it for yourself.
Absolutely.
So that's when I started Bowman Media Group, but I am a media relations company. I
Got
do
it.
PR.
Okay.
I am a publicist as well, but my thing is, are you ready to be seen? So
Right.
that's my key. Are you ready to be seen? And if you're not, then I use my skills to help you to be seen
Gotcha.
on television, to be read in print, and be heard on radio.
That's awesome.
That's what I do.
That's awesome. Well, most people don't get it. You know what I mean? They
They
look
don't.
at, that opportunity of the door closing as the end all be all, as opposed to looking at it as an opportunity for you to really tap into everything that you already have inside of you. So it seems
It's
like
scary though. I mean, think
Absolutely.
about it. When you're used to a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks, you know that, well, I can just kind of half-ass.
Yep, and
Well,
it's
can I
still
say
coming.
ass? I'm sorry. I can kind of half do it, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna get a check.
and it's still
but when
coming.
you know you're
Yeah.
an entrepreneur, there is no such thing as halving. You got to do it whole. You have to get
Absolutely.
out there and go and make it happen, make it work, and that's the difference between me being comfortable. Sometimes you get too comfortable,
Yeah.
and God's like, okay, it's time for you to do something
Right.
else. And I saw the signs and I knew it, but I was like, well, I still want to do this. Sometimes you hold on because there's things you want to do.
Right.
But God was like, okay, I know you want to do that, but do it for yourself. And I think that's why I had more peace
Yeah.
when I left there. And believe it or not, the very next week, I was back there with clients, and so
well,
people thought
sometimes
I was still
things come
working there.
full circle like that. So
So it's a good relationship that I still have because I don't burn bridges because I tell people it doesn't matter if someone doesn't want it for you there, doesn't mean that God doesn't want it for you over here. So
Well,
I
that's
have
good.
pretty much just, like tomorrow I have a celebrity guest that's going to be a surprise on Channel 5. And
That's
the thing
awesome.
is, I don't stop taking people there because they didn't want me there anymore. I go in there like, hey, how y'all doing? Because now I can come and go and leave, and
Yeah.
everybody else is still there.
Well, no, that's good. I mean, you shouldn't change who you are, and it's good that you have been able to use those resources to continue to build
Oh,
the
definitely.
necessary resources and relationships. So that's,
And that's
really
what it
important.
is.
Yeah,
Definitely. In television, the majority of people, it's a small circle of people. And, but once you get in and you know how to get in, it's all about winning, And
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time. Are you ready to be seen? Everyone has a story, but everybody does not know how to pitch a story to television. Everybody in this
true.
audience, I can guarantee you, has a story that should be on television. But
Absolutely.
until you,
Yeah.
talk to them and get to figure out what it is, they don't
Yeah.
know, And so my job is to figure out why you need to be on TV. Instead of somebody telling you no, it's not about that because
Right.
every single person deserves the right to tell their story. It's about how it's pitched.
right.
That's all that is.
The approach. No, I agree for sure. So talk to me a little bit about. I see that you're a brand ambassador for.
Yeah, it's for Prince George.
Yes.
So it's Experience
What does that
Prince
entail?
George's.
Yeah.
I'm just honored. Let me look at
And
that.
how did you get into that role?
Actually, I was kind of like handpicked. They were looking for influencers in the county, people who have done things. And so, I've done a lot of hosting, I've done a lot of speaking, I've done all these different things. And then I got a phone call like, hey, the Experience Prince George's is looking for some influencers to help people, learn more about the county. So they got me on a call, and I spoke to them, and they were like, you know what? You're more of a brand ambassador. You've done a lot. And so they brought me on in September as their brand ambassador. The first thing I did was Restaurant Week, so I went to different restaurants all in the county and, showcase the different restaurants, and then I did the wineries. I didn't get saucy, y'all. I was just at the wineries, minding my business, doing my job.
So it's really more so
it's fun.
Expressing
it's the
to
people
the world
know,
basically what PG County
right,
has to offer.
The thing
basically.
is, they want people to come here. They want people to spend their money here, work here, live here, just enjoy Prince George's County, because you can go to D.C., but when you live someplace, why not take advantage of what's there?
Put your money there.
And that's why
that
I was
makes
asking
sense.
people, like, what's happening in Prince George's County, because we are the county in the United States of America that has so much to offer as far as minorities, as far as wealth,
That's true.
but people don't know that. So if I'm able to broadcast that out there and let people know, come on to gorgeous Prince George's, y'all see this face? I'm gonna invite y'all, come on, spend your money here.
I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
A great job. Tell me a little bit about the Bowman Media Organization and how you guys have empowered other women.
Okay, well, for me, I am all about posting motivational quotes, thoughts. I post every single day, sometimes 2 times a day, just things that come to my mind that I want to share with people, because I believe that words have power.
Right.
And you never know
Absolutely.
what you post that, most of the time I post for myself, but then people are like, you know what, I needed to hear that. Oh my gosh, I feel the same way. So I'm always telling women, that it's never too late.
Yeah.
And let me be the example,
So you're inspired by inspiring.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like, I'm an acronym person. So I have, CEO, to me, stands for change everyone's opinion. So I tell people, you are already a CEO. You are already born for greatness. You are already that it. But you got to change other people's opinion, how they see you. But if you don't see yourself as that it, why should somebody else see you as the it?
I agree.
And then I have one I call BIG.
Cheerleader.
Yeah, BIG, believe in goals. If you don't think big, BIG, if you're not believing in your goals, if you're not trying to think big, to be big, you're going to always be little and dumb yourself down.
Yeah.
But we're not born to be dumbed down. We are born perfect. Everybody in there is their own perfect.
Yeah.
So you can't think that you're not already perfect. You are. You're your own perfect. And timing is when it's perfect for your time.
Right. No,
That's when you
I
shine.
completely agree, for sure. I think, like I said earlier, as an entrepreneur, and even if you're not an entrepreneur, it starts within.
Yes.
We all have everything that we need inside of us. We just have to believe, and we just have to tap into it.
I'm pulling some of your stuff.
Yeah, we just have to tap into it. But that's the thing. I'm big on energy and alignment is what I'm big on. And when you're in perfect alignment, that energy automatically transfers itself. So
I agree.
It's just automatic. So for me, the women empowerment, I want to talk a little bit about that, because I feel like we don't do enough as women, the sister circle, supporting one another, encouraging one another, and uplifting one another. We have so much in common that we don't even realize, you know what I mean? Instead of focusing on that and grabbing each other by the hands and pulling us up and walking together, we don't do enough of that.
People are just too afraid. I think women, it's like a power struggle or a cat fight.
Right.
Oh, she got this. How did she get this? How did she? But you don't know somebody's story.
Absolutely.
People always want to walk in your shoes when they see that everything is great.
Right.
But they don't
Yeah.
have to realize how many corns and calluses you got by walking in shoes that are too tight. So sometimes I'm like, let me take my shoes off. Bam. You won't walk at them? That means you got to walk every single pain and suffering that I had to endure to get to where I am. So that's why I tell people, the one thing I know about me, which is 100%, and if anybody tells you otherwise, they're lying, and I'm going to say it, I do not change. The Micheline you see right now is the Micheline I've been since 1966.
All right, guys, you hear that. She does not change. What you see is what you get.
If you ask me and I tell you I got you, I got you. And if I don't have you, I've made a promise to make sure that somebody else can carry it away, because that's what it's about. If we can embrace each other, we're going to win. And like we talked about earlier, there is enough out here for everybody to get it. But you can't take it from somebody else. Get your own, and you can be gotten.
Yeah. You guys, we have to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this break.
The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the show. Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, mom, people know anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, mom, people know anything less is unacceptable.
Thank you. Welcome back to the show, guys. I am here with the Micheline Bowman of Bowman Media Group. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you, Miss Chelley.
Thank you. I know we were in heavy, deep discussion about women empowerment and, how we just don't do enough of that. And the segue into what I wanted to say was that, a lot of times women don't realize, or just people in general, how when you're somewhat in the same role or the same industry, you feel like, oh, I can't show this sister love because she's doing the same thing that I'm doing. That's not the case.
It's not.
So I want everybody to see that it starts here. It starts with myself at the Chelley Roy Show, along with Micheline Bowman, because I too have a talk show. Micheline, you have a podcast. Mm-hmm. So I'm always going to be here to support you, because it doesn't matter if we're doing the same thing. There's room enough for us both to grow and support one another.
There is.
It's definitely room to grow. So,
but I'm pulling you because I have a talk show now too,
and I'm here to support you.
And I want you to come on and be a guest on my show.
Absolutely.
As well.
What's the name of your podcast?
On the Scene. The podcast is the Kicks and Giggles Show. That's on every second and fourth Monday at 9 p.m. And then my show is On the Scene with Micheline.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's
I love it.
Every third
How'd
Monday.
you come up with that name? It's really catchy. On the Scene with Micheline.
I don't know.
I love it.
It's gonna happen. No, but and again, like I said, I'm so used to doing stuff behind the scenes.
Right.
On the other side of the camera. And for a lot of people who don't know, when I worked at Fox 5 for 27 years, there was a time that I said, you know what? Maybe I do want to do reporting and all that because I had been around it so much. But, what a lot of people don't know is that I was told I didn't have a presence, I would never be on TV, I needed to go to another market. And I'm thinking, now, I'm in charge of interns, and interns are getting on television and becoming reporters and becoming anchors, but they told me, no, it'll never happen there. But you know what?
Thank God you believed in yourself.
That's when you got to just say, you know what, I still got
Your vision
this.
Wasn't their vision, so.
It wasn't, and now, hey.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what is it, On the Scene?
On the Scene with
Scene with Micheline. What is that about? How often are you guys aired? Is it live? Give me a little bit more information about it.
Sure. Well, right now it's taped, because, with COVID, unfortunately, I don't have the flexibility to do a live show just yet. So I tape all my segments and then edit it down. But I have everything from, I'm going to have Eddie Bryant on. He just don't know that yet. I have everything. So I have comedy. I'm going to have food. I have music. I have pop culture. I have, so on the 16th of November, I have Caliber. If you have never heard of who is Caliber, dynamic guy that I met through IG. Social media right now, you can meet anybody.
Is he an artist or is
he's a pop culture. He does a lot of commentary. He makes you think, thought-provoking speeches that he gives. And he is just dynamic. So I have him on. I have some musicians on. I have, my show is not just going to be your everyday show. It's going to be people making it on the scenes, people that you need to know, substance, exactly.
Yeah, something impactful,
and
as you should.
Yep,
as
and
you should.
I'm happy. I even have, I'm partnering with Stan and Terry Long from Spotlight Over the City. So
Okay.
I created, because spotlighting people in the area, I'm like, you know what? You have Spotlight Over the City. Why not partner with
Merge
me, and
them.
so I can
Yeah.
help bring some of your people here
I
and
love
vice
it.
versa? Because like I said, you got to work together to
love
help
it.
everybody. Everybody will
Absolutely.
watch what they want to watch, but there's no reason why they cannot watch me, they cannot watch
agree.
you.
I
Because
agree.
it should happen,
Yeah, we need to do more supporting one another, you guys. We need to do more of uplifting one another. There's a lot of love and support to go around, so I support you. And if there's anything you need from me, I'm
Yes,
here.
I do. I need you on my show. I'm holding you to that.
Yes. You make sure you talk to my executive producer, and I
Yes.
will definitely
Thank you,
be on
ma'am.
your show. Is there anything else that you want everyone to know about Micheline that we haven't talked about?
Girl, if they don't have enough time. Well, my birthday is November 19th. And I mean,
Happy early birthday.
thank you.
Happy
I am
early
all about
birthday.
birthdays. I love
Yeah.
celebrating birthdays. Yes, I tell my age. I'll be 54. People are like, you don't tell your age.
look
Well,
great.
Please, I need to be
You look
allowed to tell my
great.
age. If I'm not here to tell my age, then that's the problem. So
You
I'm
look
telling my age
great.
every year. But just for people to know that, we live in a world where we're always going to be based and judged by other people.
Absolutely.
But you should be the person that you base and judge your character on.
Yeah.
You should wake up every day
You're your only
so
competition.
excited.
Yeah.
So excited just the fact that you woke up and that
Yeah.
you have been given another chance to experience life. The weight of the world can be on your shoulders, but it doesn't have to
heavy.
always be there every day.
That's true.
I have found that meditation, since this COVID stuff has happened,
Mm-hmm.
has changed my life. And people talk about meditation, and they can talk about whatever you want to. You got to find out what works for you.
I agree.
Some people want to drink. Some people want to party. Do whatever makes you happy. But to me, if I could empower people, I would say meditate.
Good.
It's hard
Meditation
at
is
first, because
good.
I'll be hearing all type of things in the background, and my brain can't focus. But
Yeah.
when you do focus and you center yourself,
And make
it's
it
something
clear.
to be said about meditation. Because
No, meditation is good. I definitely
do it?
do that. I do that, and I do the affirmations.
Yes,
daily,
affirmations
so that's,
are good.
That's very important.
bringing it in, yes.
Yeah.
Even if you say to yourself, Micheline, like I say to myself, Micheline, I forgive you.
Yeah.
Because you have to forgive yourself for things you didn't get done. Otherwise,
That's
you
true.
will not rest at night, because you'll lay there thinking about all the stuff you should have done, and you beat yourself up. And next thing you know, it's 2, 3 in the morning, you're still beating yourself up. So forgive yourself at
a
night,
chance, yeah.
whatever you didn't do, and just start all
Always
over.
say be easy. Take it easy on yourself. So let everybody know where they could contact you. What are your social media handles?
So easy. Micheline Bowman.
Okay.
Micheline Bowman on Facebook, Instagram, Bowman Media Group on Facebook, and BMG for Bowman Media Group now, the #1 on IG. And I'm open to, I'm selling myself right now, meaning that if there's somebody out there that wants an opportunity or wants to, talk to me about PR or media
Got it.
relations, anything, I am accessible. People think, oh my God.
Right.
No,
So
I'm
you guys
accessible.
heard it first here, you guys. If you guys are looking to be seen
That's
and
it.
looking for a PR person, you guys reach out to Micheline Bowman.
Right.
We'll go to a quick commercial break. Thank you, guys. You did good. That was good. That was
The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, walk through. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, walk through. Anything less is unacceptable. Show. Walk, make a walk in, more people know. Anything less is unacceptable. Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, more people know. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, more people know. Anything less is unacceptable.
Thank you guys. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. I am here with my next guest, Mr. Comedian, producer, and writer. You guys help me give it up for Mr. Eddie Bryant. Hey. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
I love your outfit. I like this whole thing.
You do.
This is looking good. I need a soldier. This is
Thank
not like
you.
this set. You got Louis luggage.
No, wait a minute. You're going a little too far.
Louis, not Louis. Louis.
I'll take it though.
I like it.
It's really nice.
It's really good.
I'm so excited. I just got a feeling we about to have so much fun
Yes,
tonight,
thank you for
right,
having
guys?
me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what's poppin'?
Everything is popping. The
I like
Chelley
this.
Roy Show is popping.
This look way better than my efficiency. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Tell the people right now, this is the best set in the
This is the
DMV,
best set in
right?
the
The
DMV.
best set, guys, in the DMV. They're not doing it nowhere else like this in the DMV.
And all utilities included.
Yeah. All utilities are included for sure.
What's poppin'?
It's a lot popping.
Yes.
So before we get into it, tell everybody where you're from and where you grew up.
My name is Eddie Bryant. I'm
Yes.
from Washington, D.C. I grew up in Brentwood.
Yeah, okay.
I also lived in Bladensburg and New Carrollton, Oxon Hill, in Suitland, in Baltimore.
Okay. Oh, you from Baltimore too, huh?
No, I went to Morgan State.
What? Okay. Give it up, give it up.
Yes, indeed. So, but I'm homeboy, so,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I see you got this funny boy nature, this funny personality. So you always been like this? You get in trouble in school?
Always been silly. Class clown. Eddie's very smart, but if he can just calm down and focus. That's what all my notes say.
Oh, your teacher said.
He knows the work, but if he can just stop talking.
Just stop talking. Well, that's great.
Yeah. But it worked
That's
out.
great.
See,
It worked
they
out.
didn't know what was going on.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
It works.
So is that what inspired you to be a comedian? Because you just, felt like you just wanted to
No,
provide laughter, or what?
No,
what inspired you to
heartbreak
be
inspired me to be a comedian.
Okay.
Oh, she broke me down. And it was
That's how you get over heartbreak,
yeah,
guys.
start talking about it on stage in front of people that you don't know. Because they ain't have no therapy, you ain't have no health care back then. And so you was like, all right, well, I'm going to hit this weed, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about her for 30 minutes to get this off my spirit so I could sleep. Because all she left me with was a dresser drawer and a PlayStation controller.
Wow, that's deep.
And yeah, that's what I left every no.
Really?
I ain't ate turkey wings since.
Yeah, flashbacks.
Yeah. Forget her. No, she all right. I hope they break up. Anyway,
No. So what you do is, so that you don't block your blessings, you continue to wish her.
I wish her
in her relationship
Wish
well.
her relationship,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I go on her
what you
page
do.
and I be like, did they break up today?
You can't tell her that. You told her that. You
That's
know.
what, you know what I'm saying? Did they break
That's
up
real,
today?
y'all?
Thank you.
Y'all do that?
Did they break up today? Okay. Sometimes, no, we're really good friends. No.
Okay, good.
No, we're good.
That's what I wanted
We're
to
really
hear.
good friends. No, I'm just joking.
I know you are.
We're
I know you
good
are.
friends.
But
No.
some people really do that.
Yeah, no, you want to do that, but
Yeah.
you try to get your chakras and everything. I see y'all doing affirmations
Yes.
and stuff,
Affir-
and that don't necessarily work well. I grew up in Brentwood, so you can't be in Brentwood doing affirmations
Why not?
because that's how you get hit in the head.
You don't have to do them on the corner. You can
Oh.
do them at home in the mirror. Didn't you practice your
You go in
comedy
the hallway.
in the mirror?
You go in the hallway. You know he was up there talking in the mirror to himself. Right? I am one. I am.
Yes.
Like, hey.
Exactly.
Hey,
Try it.
Yeah, I'm working.
You
on
are
it.
great.
You are great.
That's why you're here.
That's how you
Absolutely.
get well, in my neighborhood, sometimes people that did that usually get a helmet.
Whoa.
She got a comedian on. What y'all think I'm gonna be serious and all
No,
that?
we love it.
Oh, good.
We
I'm just
love
teasing.
it. No, I definitely
But
love it.
no, positive energy is all of
The
this.
positive energy is great. So, as piggybacking off of what you just said,
Okay.
give me a little bit about, or talk to me a little bit about what success means to you, what that looks like.
Success, you have big ones and small ones, doing stand-up
Yeah.
in particular. Success is staying on stage for 3 minutes and not running off stage.
That's
You
deep.
know,
I
you know.
relate.
You relate,
Yeah,
right? So when I
yeah.
first started doing stand-up, I was scared out of my mind, right? And I kept going to this one show, and he would give me the stage time, and then I kept running off in 3 minutes. About the third time, he came to me and said, now, I'm going to let you on next week. Now, if you run off my stage next week, you can't get back on stage no more.
Wow.
And so it was like, okay, you're going to have to get over
Real.
that fear
Yeah.
and get on to what you need to do. So that was a success,
To be
so
on the
that's a
stage
small,
longer than 3 minutes.
yeah, something small.
Yeah.
But
No, I don't look at that as being small. That's major.
well, yeah, that's a personal
Yeah.
success,
Yeah,
right?
good.
But going on tour, traveling all over the world, sharing your gift, that's successful to
Absolutely.
me. So I've had,
Yeah.
the
The bigs and the smalls.
bigs and the smalls.
Yeah,
I appreciate them all.
I appreciate that. So with that being said, with one of your successes, being able to be on stage longer than 3 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
what was it for you that kind of took away the fear? Like, did you focus
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the clock, or what did you focus on stage?
Never. There is something in stand-up where you're on stage, and in the back of your mind, you're like, this might not work.
Really?
Every time.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
and you use that to propel you to fight. So while the comedian's on stage telling the jokes,
Yeah.
we're having an internal fight because we're 3 or 4 jokes ahead of
I
where you
received
guys
that.
are.
Yeah.
Right? And so we like, okay, I'm gonna say this. Now it may work, it may not work, but here it goes.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's
I
where
received that.
that's where we live.
Yeah.
And the drug for me is living in that space in winning.
Yes.
You know, the audience,
Yes,
when
I
they
love
get off
it.
stage, they're like, oh man, I like what you said and what you did. Da, da, da. That's like the greatest thing. It's like, oh man, because I ain't know if it was going to work. And when you
Yes,
see
I
somebody
receive
laugh,
that.
you're surprised everything. Like, they really, okay.
I received that.
They really, okay, well, I'm going to try it again.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. You know,
Yeah.
me getting in front of the world and doing the talk show, it has its highs and lows, but it definitely has its moments where you just gotta keep going and keep going. And like I was telling my executive producer, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So
You better know it.
it gets easier over time, and the more you do it, you kind of perfect your craft.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that
Thank
perspective.
you.
For
You ever hear
sure.
somebody who's like, oh, I can do what you do?
No.
Oh, you're a comedian.
No.
Huh? I'm funnier than you. You ever?
No.
We get it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, because
It don't look
you have
easy.
you have the audacity to want to be funny or think you're funny in front of people that you don't know. So people always challenge that because
Yeah.
of their fear,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so you like, you know, you're doing your thing and you're like, oh, I can do it. I've been funny. I don't remember you being funny. And I don't do that. Like, hey, okay, well, you know what? Here's a
Switch
microphone.
places, yeah, for sure,
Coming to the stage, be like,
for sure.
you know.
Yeah,
So, you know.
it definitely changes when you put them in that hot seat, for sure. So talk to me a little bit about how COVID has impacted your life as a comedian.
Outside is closed.
Okay.
Outside is closed. I don't got nothing. Okay, so I've had, you see my hair. Okay, you see this? I've been
I actually
growing.
like it though.
Thank you so much.
So
I
you didn't
appreciate
have
it.
that?
I took your hair and then
You know-
I got mine.
I love my hair.
I like your hair
I would
too.
never go back.
I used to have your hair. Now I don't. But yeah, no, I've been growing this since I used to get a haircut every week,
Wow.
right?
Okay.
And then when COVID hit, when it first hit, I forgot to get a haircut. Right? So now I'm sitting in the house, I'm like, okay. And then I was like thinking, okay, well, I'm going to continue to grow my hair until I release this album.
Nice.
Right? And then I got to the point where I released the album, and I was like, okay, well, what do I need to cut hair for right now?
Absolutely.
You know? But outside is closed, no shows, which is 90% of my income. Right? Because I've been a full-time comedian, thank God, for 16 years.
Absolutely. Give it up for him, guys. Give it up. That's awesome. Awesome. And I wish you 16 and many more.
Thank you. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Well, I don't know because outside is closed.
I know. So with that being a challenge and the world is transforming every day with technology, I mean, they took Zoom to a whole nother level with verses and this and that. Is that an option for you to kind
I
of
see
connect
some comedians
with
doing
your...
it. I see some comedians doing Zoom, and
Okay.
I applaud them. I don't know if that works for me.
Gotcha.
That's why I decided to put out an album so that you can get my sense of humor. Like, I don't know if
Yes.
anybody follow me on social media. I'm not the social media comedian. I'm not
Right.
I don't live on my phone.
Right.
You know, I live in like in real life.
Right.
Right? And so I'm not necessarily chasing followers or anything like that. I still write with a pen and a pad, and I think and I say, oh, this is
think
how
that's
I
dope.
feel about
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Right?
Absolutely.
And so putting out an album, because of COVID, everything's kind of slowed down, right?
Yeah.
So back in the day, we used to listen to comedy albums. So now we can slow it down and go back to listening to long form jokes, right?
okay.
So, like if you go back and watch Richard Pryor, he can go into character and be in character for 7 minutes, right? And you would follow him through that story and laugh.
Gotcha.
Now we're on our phones like, oh, let me get this 30 seconds. Like, oh, that's cute. Let me look at this. And that's
That
cute.
is
and
so
we, and we just
true.
keep
Yeah.
moving through. And we're like, oh, that's not necessarily
Right.
the art form in which I choose to express.
operate, yeah.
So I say, okay, well, let me showcase me in a different,
Right. No.
format.
Yeah, no, I completely get it. We definitely have one of your tracks from your digital album, which we'll go into
Oh, man.
a little bit later. We'll play one of them. Yeah, definitely.
This is
what
the
your
album
shirt say?
cover. This is the album cover.
I like it.
Yep. This is also the sock. See the sock I gave
It's earthy and moon.
Thank you. It tells a story.
I like it.
You know.
I like it, guys.
So, this is the album cover. But yeah, I'm glad you got. Please listen to it, and if y'all can go get it, please get it.
So yeah, that's what I was gonna say
outside
before. Since outside is closed. So before we get into the digital album, let everybody know, of course, where they can get the album.
You can get the album now. You can get the album in the spirit of entrepreneurship. I decided to produce the album myself, right?
Nice.
So I went from A to Z. So I own the master, I own the publishing.
That's dope.
The whole thing.
Give it up for the entrepreneurs, guys. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. That's dope.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
Because, when people say, oh, you're going to put it on iTunes and you're going to put it on. Now, I decided to put 4 tracks on the streaming sites, right?
Okay.
So you can get on iTunes, Tidal, whatever. But you typically do not make money.
Right.
Like, you need 100,000 streams to make $300. Okay.
Wow, that's
Right?
a lot.
So that's how the game
Wow.
works. So I decided to flip it and figure out a business model where I can actually earn money for my intellectual property.
Okay.
So produce the album, put the album on my website, go direct to consumer. The people that want to support, they can buy the album for $10, right? And it's theirs. If they buy a pair of socks for $20, you get the album included. So you get the album and socks
Nice.
for $20.
Okay.
Okay. So
What's the name of the website?
the website is theeddiebryantshow.com. theeddiebryantshow.com.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You guys make sure you go and purchase the bundle. You guys pick up the digital album along with the socks.
Yes, please.
And what I love about this guy is he's not only funny, but he has brains. So I love that.
Thank you.
I love that, for sure. Definitely love that.
Yeah.
Definitely love that. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll take a listen to one of the tracks from off of Eddie's digital album.
Yeah.
Give it up for Mr. Eddie Bryant, you guys. That's dope.
That's
The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, walk through. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, walk through. Anything less is unacceptable.
I got this thing. If you come to my house, I'll cook breakfast. If I go to your house, you cook breakfast. Is that fair? All right, cool. Now, when she came to my house, breakfast sound like breakfast, Right? She cooked. All I heard, boop, 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 boop. She came back 2 minutes, 30 seconds later, plate of eggs, grits, and microwave toast. Right. Who the fuck microwave toast? That is why prenatal care is very important. Then she say she gonna fix me dinner. I got scared. Right? Because fellas, we know when a woman takes time to fix us dinner, she really cares about us. That's just the way that she showed that she cared, right? Now, based on the plate of food she fixed me, I knew that she didn't give a fuck about me. Right? Right? Yeah, she fixed me one chicken leg, some baked beans out of can, and one deviled egg. Now, don't one egg make 2 deviled eggs? She's selfish.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. How funny was that, you guys?
Thank you.
Super hilarious.
Thank you.
You guys, I don't know about you, but I literally just cracked my side. You guys make sure you go pick up Eddie Bryant's digital album.
Please.
We're back with Mr. Bryant.
Yay.
So before we end the show, what's new for you? What other projects are you working on?
Well, I'm currently hosting a Tuesday night bingo at my grandmother's house.
Oh, y'all gonna have one devil egg?
Yeah, grandma got the whole thing now, you know. That's my baby. So, no, right now I'm writing. You know how you always have these
Back in the lab.
ideas?
Yeah.
You're back in the lab and you say, okay, I'm shooting for feature film, comedic series.
I love it.
I have a new podcast with my friends. It's called Non-Toxic Masculinity,
Okay.
where we talk
I
about.
like that. Yeah, what's that about?
It's about empowering men in a safe place to figure out how we can get in a better place for ourselves and our community. So,
Absolutely.
you
I
know,
love
we
it.
hold each other accountable.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so, you know, we just talk about different issues and, you know, stuff that I think that men probably, we talk in the barbershop, but, you know, we
Yeah.
need to, you know, really start expressing because women, y'all taking over, y'all just like, girl, we gonna empower each, you empowered, I'm empowered.
Yeah, I mean, what we supposed to do? Sit and wait on y'all? No, we
yes.
gotta take charge.
No, okay, all right,
Yeah.
well, here
If
go the
y'all
keys.
not taking charge, we have to.
Here go the keys. Give them the keys, okay? Because once they gonna be driving, can you fix my alternator and stuff like that. So, but yeah, no, I think that the fellas have, for a long time, it's just been we've worked, and you know, we're just in the system of working, and we're not necessarily about how we feel.
Right,
Nobody
right.
really cares about how men.
Well, you know what? I know you guys had feelings because
We have.
you're always putting up this.
You gotta be strong
This
for your
tough
family. You can't be
exterior
this-
and
It's
surface,
hard out
I mean-
here, and you can't. And you ain't gonna get no respect. You don't get no points for that. You get your butt up. You put in the work. You do what you're supposed to do. You hold your family down and up. You hold your family up, and then you just, you get
Absolutely.
through, because that's our responsibility.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I love it. I love what you're doing.
You know, we have
For
to.
sure.
We got kids and young men that's coming into the world, and they need to figure out how to navigate this thing.
Absolutely.
And so, by
Absolutely.
teaching them how to get past some of the mistakes that we made, give them
I
a leg
agree.
up. So that's
I
what we're
agree.
working on.
So, if you could talk to any of the aspiring comedians, what would you tell them? What
Quit.
advice?
No.
Stop it!
No. It's like, no.
What advice would you give?
What advice? All right, so my
Sorry, you
No, I want you to. No, one of my favorite, my favorite mentors, Fat Doctor, rest in peace, said that it is show business.
Yes.
Show business. So we are always concerned with the show. Master the business.
Absolutely. Amen.
Master the
Amen.
business. So
Amen.
that's the best advice that I could possibly give
Right.
to a younger comedian going into.
That's what's going to keep you with the longevity.
Yeah, that
Mastering
gets
the
you over the
business.
hump.
Absolutely.
Right now in comedy, Russell Simmons made more off of comedy than comedians. Shaq made more money off of comedians than comedians.
Got it.
You understand?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm all for the
Yeah.
flip.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
I'm like, comedians need to make more money off of comedy.
Absolutely.
So that's always been mine.
No, that's a great point. Thank you for bringing that home for sure. And last but not least, tell everybody again where they can, the website where they can get your digital album, and then also your social media handles.
Okay. Please go to theeddiebryantshow.com. That's theeddiebryantshow.com. The website is theeddiebryantshow.com. Okay. That's where my website is. My handle, Eddie Comedian, on Instagram and Twitter. Facebook, I have to delete somebody to add you. Inbox me. I will gladly do it. I delete people on their birthday. If I ain't talked to you all year, I wish you happy birthday, then I delete you. But let's talk. Okay? TheEddieBryanShow.com.
I love it. And so last but not least, is there anything else that you want anyone to know that we haven't talked about? Any upcoming events? Anything that we didn't talk about that you want everybody to know?
Well, because this is airing during COVID and we're going into the holiday season, I want everybody to really reconnect and get closer to your family.
Absolutely.
All right?
Yeah.
Because at this time, I think that's what we all really need. I know we have some issues that we work through, whatever that issue is, because
Absolutely.
life is short.
Tomorrow's not promised. That's
Okay.
right.
So just
People are dropping
reconnect
like
and-
flies.
Yeah, and I'm with. I go see grandma every day.
That's awesome.
Moms every day. You know what I mean? So
That's
like,
awesome. That's
we gotta get back to that.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
Nope, I appreciate that. That's great words. And so before we close out the show, guys, just a reminder, you guys go to the website, ShelleyBossUp.com. Get your copy of The Making of a Boss.
Making of a boss.
You guys have been a great audience, amazing viewers. You guys bring the best energy. I couldn't do it without you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you to Micheline Bowman. Thank you,
Hey.
Mr. Eddie Bryant.
Thank
It was
you.
great having you guys. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
The Chelley Roy Show.
Yay. Awesome.
Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, mom, people know anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, mom, people know anything less is unacceptable.